And we're back. Finish on Duolingo. This is the strategy, part 2. The to-do, number 2, right here where we left off, is we can look here, get on the Finish on Duolingo fun space. Instead of workspace, I call it fun space because we want to think of fun. Because when it's all said and done, I want people to have fun on this course, and I'm sure other contributors also want that to happen. So, the comedy and the jokes that you see in other courses when you're learning through Duolingo, that's something that we want to embody within our, contributions that we're going to be making on this. So let's take a look at it and just go through it just a little bit. Here we go. So you can open it up, and you're going to see a bunch of different stuff. Okay, so where to go first? Let's first look at, it says here, reasons to learn. Okay, reasons to learn. You can just see, and you can edit it if you click on this button to pop out, and you can start editing it and adding more things. But here's some reasons to learn. Talking with Santa. Talking to some of the reindeer, those reindeer that can talk. The beautiful Finnish people. Okay, sonnet, and a lot of different things. And you can put it on this list for people who are, non-proficient contributors, the NPCs, and those who are proficient, or anyone who wants to rather go on and just put stuff down here for reasons to learn Finnish. This will only help our cause. Okay, moving onward. What is the next thing over here? Finnish tree skill. Okay, this, unfortunately, is not very elaborate, but with your help, it can be. Looking at this, there are skill names. Okay, some skill names that we want. I've seen philosophy be putting, on other courses, politics, things of that nature. And skill names, if you go on and count the characters, it seems like they max out at 10. So you really only want to have a name that is 10 characters or more. And of course, this is not a complete list. So when you're, whoever you are, go on and just add extra stuff, right? Food 1, this should be food 2. And the order that you would like to see it on the tree. And you can have this, for sounds, for example, you can put it as 1 because we want people to get affiliated with the sounds of the language. Cognates, so that they can, allow users to get some vocabulary right off the bat. And philosophy later down, after a while learning on the tree. And these other things too. Splitting things up a little bit. We really would like to not overwhelm the student with one politics course of 10 lessons, right? Because that's so much. And when the student is reviewing it, it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on here. How am I ever going to get it done? So I'm thinking that it's best to have maybe 3 or maximum 4 lessons per skill. So we have a skill of politics 1, skill of politics 2, skill of politics 3, things of that nature, so that we can break it up, break up the monotony, and allow students to diversify their understanding, their learning of the language, instead of just overwhelming them with 9 lessons within a skill. So breaking things up a little bit, okay? And so the order is something that you can change. All this is editable, all of it. This formula here is one that has not been completed. I tried. I totally failed. I wanted to say no if the string is longer than 10 characters. If you know Excel and you know how to do this, you can definitely fix it and let me know. I would love it. Million thanks if you can. This is just a basic, if it's good or bad, the name, if it's more than 10 characters. In any case, if you're willing to do one of these skills, put your name as a contributor, your Facebook name, down on here and saying, I'm going to conquer this one, I'm going to conquer that one. And that would be really helpful. If 2 people can work at one at the same time, that's even better. So you contributor for this and contribute that. Like, I want that to be my brainchild. I want to be working on this specific skill. So put your names down here, your Facebook name, so that we know who really wants to tackle these ones. And of course, add yours and put your name there if you wanna work on them. And just some information about it, like why you think that skill is going to be good, why you think that's going to be important or nice, or why do you think it deserves an order of 1 Why do you think it deserves an order of 9 or 20 rather than something earlier? So take a look at that. This is something that we can develop, make beautiful, make different, and just basically the people who are going to be working on the skills and the type of skills. So those people who don't speak Finnish fluently, definitely go on here and add some skills and add why you think those skills are really important, and use your knowledge of how Duolingo is. Even if you're not proficient in Finnish, say, yeah, I want to learn about, make sure a skill is dedicated to some aspect of Finnish culture, something of that nature. So take a look at that and add it and mess around with this and definitely develop it. Let's continue on looking at making lessons. So this is one section, the skill tree, and there's also this section over here, which is the lessons. So we click on the lessons here. It's going to open us up to only one. I only made one just for example, and this is the sound lesson. So this is something that you would see when you click on a skill, especially in the earlier stages when contributors want to explain to you what's going on, what's happening, and so you can put your tips and notes here. Okay, saying tervetuloa, welcome to the Finnish course on Duolingo, and putting the word list down here. So you have lesson 1, maybe you want to say this, maybe you want to teach them herper, just to get used to the sound. And then maybe to have them remember it better, you can add a mnemonic generated from here to help them really grasp the idea. And this is something that especially NPCs can do, non-proficient contributors can do, is that they can definitely look at these two translations and say, hey, this looks like this, so this reminds me of this, so I'm going to make this sort of mnemonic. It's kind of like what Memrise does. Okay, so look at them and see what we can borrow, how can we make this course the best that we can possibly make it. Okay, and again, give people a sense of accomplishment by not overwhelming them with 5, 6, 7 lesson bundles. When a bubble becomes golden, you can share it with your friends, you can share it on Twitter, it makes you feel good. So we want to increase that that feeling so that they don't feel like they have to spend days to just finish a skill, right? They can maybe spend a couple of, however time they spend of 3 lessons maybe, or 4 lessons, to give them the sense of accomplishment. Yes, they did it, and now it's done. So we'll try as much as possible. This may change in the future, but it's for psychological benefit, and I thought that would be helpful. So let's continue on. 3 sentences per word, similar to what I've heard in the different learnings that I've, my study of the incubator. Form. There's a form that I made for helping us to find leads on how to beat phase 1. For those people, especially for those languages of contributors who have done it in the past. Okay? Because we want to know what separates a course from a bad one. What elements do great courses have? If there's any suggestions for beating this speech synthesizing hurdle that we're going to come into in the future, and is there any other questions that you think should be added to this? Let me know, and I'll see how I can change this form to make it a lot better for you. Or maybe you can go on to this and be able to change it on your own, which would be good. Which it's right here, and then I think the responses are put over here. So we'll have a look at that later. Then there's the idea generator, which is also located in the fun space. I have a direct link right here, so I'm going to click on it. And you'll notice that this is empty, but it allows for ideas that people have that they want to perhaps put on to the group page, Finnish on Duolingo, but they want a concrete place to share their idea. So they can give their idea a title. They can say the idea. I'm going to change this right now. There you go, just whoopah. Idea title, the idea, and their Facebook name, so we know who did it. Okay, whose idea it is. And then if other people think it's a good idea, say, yeah, I think it's a good idea, this is why, and maybe open up some sort of discussion. Of course, this can all change. All of it. But this is a concrete way for us to progressively learn about the ideas that we have and perhaps utilize them. Because I'm totally open for a better idea or a better solution of things of that nature, because we want to make this happen. Okay. Also, some forms have already been created. So this form that I have here, yeah, check that out. But also check out Andy Cheeseman. I love his last name. Reminds me of my one of my favorite foods. Andy Cheeseman made a form that is amazingly, wonderfully designed. Check that out on the Finnish on Duolingo group page. And just search for his name. Go down the list and look for Andy Cheeseman. Search for it. And NPCs, non-proficient contributors, and everyone else who's interested can go on and put their interest and fill out his form there. And let us know if you would like to be NPC. Put it on there, because I would like to know who are those people who just want to be learners. Those learners who want to be a part of it. And a part of this wonderful mess that we're going to be creating, and working that out with us as a contributor. And Hannah Trowbridge also made a wonderful form. Check hers out also. And then again, think about this idea about changing your password to something that's not private, and going on Doodle and looking at, okay, if I become a contributor, am I willing to share my account to allow people who are also fluent, who are also, totally committed contributors, a select group of folks. I heard there's about 20 people who are fluent and are willing to get on this. Am I going to coordinate my time with them? And you can change this time zone here, and you can put your Facebook name here, and you can say, okay, I'm going to work 1 o'clock and 2 p.m. Okay, and then another person can say, I'm going to work 5 o'clock and 6 p.m. Okay, those hours. So check that out. Check that idea. Tell me what your thoughts on it are. I know it's a scary idea of giving your password out there, but make sure it's not private by changing it. And if you are that individual who's willing to do that for the success of this, to have like 24/7 people, ideas and individuals working on this inside the incubator, the 20 group of fluent individuals, whoever you are, definitely have a look at that. And lastly, Kiitos. Look at this. We have gotten this far. We're almost 1,000 strong. We can do this. And I'm sure, reaching out to the Welsh group, reaching out to the Dutch, to the Swedish, to other groups, Esperanto, these, the Norwegian, and all the others I haven't named. Check them out. Talk to them. Maybe they would be on board with this idea as well. Maybe they would want Finnish on Duolingo. Maybe they would like to join our cause. We can do this. We're together on this. And thank you. Thank you to all those individuals who have, in the past, put time in to make posts and say hello and say that they support this. Your efforts and your ideas and your time has been noted, and we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna be success. And again, look at the 2 to-do list: one for the first video, and the second one for the meat of getting this course underway. And let's be strategic. Let's think about how we can best do this, and stay organized and stay communicative. Talk to each other. Those individuals who are verbal and that you see posting things. And let's have fun. Let's have fun in all of it. Humor should be a big part of the Duolingo experience, and people learn through humor. And it gets points across, just like this meme. So there you have it. I wish you a wonderful day. And if you haven't heard it from me already, Happy New Year. Take care. Bye.